Okay, so today I am going to pick and hopefully gut this Baton disc detainer lock. It is a 6000 series 40mm. Just demonstrate the key working. Now, this lock, like the girder HSS I picked in a previous video, has a front spinner. See, that's going all the way around. It has a gate in it though, so it needs to be set. Because it just spins, you can't tension off it, so usually you would tension off the back, and this lock actually, the last disc is a 0 cut, so actually it's pretty trivial to open with rear tension, but I'm going to go a different way. I'm going to open it with front tension by tensioning off of the disc behind the spinner, then setting all of the other discs, and then counter rotating while tensioning using the picking tip off of the last disc. Counter rotate to set disc 1, and then pull the tension nose out slightly and set the spinner last. It is, yes, remember to set all of the discs clockwise first. I've already set this pickup. I'm using the RWB Custom . Make sure everything's straight, and away we go. Straight away, that's an overset, there we go. Have to be careful. Discs in a disc detainer can bind in any order, and actually the discs in this lock are a little erratic at times. Not sure about that one. The other difference between this and the girder I picked earlier is that, unlike that, none of the discs in this lock have false gates. So it's usually pretty easy to tell once you've got discs set. There we go, that's better. Get a little bit of core rotation there, which tells me that one's just fallen nicely into its gate. This one feels a bit grindy. There we go. So I would say that's probably everything. So I'm going to try and set the front discs. So tensioning off of the last disc by putting the picking tip on that last disc and then turning clockwise, which allows you to then use the tensioner. There we go. To set disc 1, and then, all being well, there we go. So we'll get that out of the way. So since I last did a gutting video, I have designed and printed my own tray for holding the discs and the various parts. Unfortunately, I had it printed in sort of a stealth black, so you can't really see any of the detail on camera, but I'll put a link to the file if anybody's interested somewhere in the comments. I've just realised I forgot to grab my tools, so I'll be 1 second. I'll be needing some tweezers. Now, ordinarily, there's a little grub screw. It sits behind the shackle when the lock is locked, and you take that out. It lets you unscrew the plug at the front. When I first took the plug off, it was absolute devil's own job to get it out, so I haven't put it back in. I don't know if it was glued or cross-threaded. I still have it, I just haven't put it back in the lock, so this is already loose. We'll just unscrew it. Okay, so as often happens, there is a spacer which I'll put there, and the front spinner stuck to the plug. There we go. Now, you see there's no lug on it. It has a profile, and there are 2 gates, one on each side, so it'll work either way up. And there's disc 1, which also has a spacer attached to it. There we go. See if I've got enough to grip the core. I have not. I'll take the sidebar out. The sidebar, put that in there. Keep going. Spacers should all be the same. Does not want to come out. Maybe I do that with a pair of flat tweezers. There we go. Put that down for now. There we go. So now you can see all of the discs and spacers. So much easier to take them out now. So there are 11 discs in this lock. There we go. Which adds a little bit to the difficulty, but say there are no false gates in any of these discs. Feedback's pretty clear. Cute. Okay, that's that. So, 10 ordinary discs, and there should be a couple of ball bearings in there. There we go. I don't know if you can really see that, but so the 10 discs are completely standard. They're no false gates, just the spinner at the front to make things a little tricky. I think the discs, and I'd need to measure them to be sure, and I might do that later. I think the discs are a little thinner than they are in some of the other locks I've picked. But I mean, it's a great lock to pick. So it is easier done with rear tension than front tension, but just to demonstrate that even with locks that are nominally rear tension only, you can still open a lot of them using front tension. You just need to be a little bit inventive with how you do it. So hopefully that was helpful to somebody. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments. Thank you very much for watching.